Hi guys, welcome back to Yapcha Sessions. This time we're going to do 2 pieces of content, so stay tuned for the second one while I did the first one. But whatever lah, just subscribe and then click the ringedy bell thing.
Ringedy?
Yeah, the notification, the bell icon. Okay, yeah. So I'm John. I work for an events agency in OUG, but we do events all over the world, and I also do part-time YouTube videos. So you can subscribe to my real YouTube channel down below. And also if you want to hear this podcast, you can hear the podcast in SoundCloud as well, if you're driving or whatever. Because I know it's kind of difficult for you to drive and, you know, look at the video.
No, you should not. Not you should, not you mean.
You shouldn't.
Bad advice.
Okay.
Terrible idea. Yeah. Okay. Right, boys and girls, my name is MC Black. Yes, I'm just an MC. You can find me to MC for an event. I guarantee you the best. Done.
Okay.
I'm Andrew. I am the entrepreneur in residence in JON'S. It's a startup. Yeah, we do cross-border trade. If you want to buy stuff overseas, just...
It's basically online e-commerce. You want to buy something from Japan, you talk to Andrew and he can get it for you.
God,
and you get a tip.
His title sounded so...
He's so professional.
So grand, bro.
Andrew's so professional.
I didn't even understand what he was saying.
Andrew's so professional.
Yeah.
Okay.
Andrew, look at him. The visionary. The visionary. What do you expect?
Okay. First topic we're going to cover today is the Tudung lady in Penang that gets slapped because the lady that wasn't wearing a tudung and then she got slapped because she wasn't wearing a tudung. So let me bring up the video for you guys real quick.
Bro, I think the video you can find it up here if John puts it here.
Yeah, we can see it, but we can watch it
with his supreme editing skills. It should be here or here somewhere. I don't quite know.
No. It's gonna be wherever. I think it won't cover our faces. No lah. Okay. Let me give you guys a brief lowdown on the religion thing and all that lah. Okay. Normally, if you're a Muslim lady or a girl, usually you choose when part of your life to wear the tudung. Right? I don't know, is it called hijab also? I'm not even sure.
No, tudung lah. Hijab is different, bro. Hijab, I think.
Right? No, hijab is tudung as well.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay. So this lady in Penang, and Penang is usually like one of the more forward-thinking states in Malaysia. Okay. She was in a bus stop full of these other ladies, Muslim ladies, who were wearing tudungs. So this Malay man comes out and he's like asking, "Oi, kenapa tak pakai tudung?" Which is basically, why aren't you wearing a hijab?
Whatever.
Okay. And then she's like, "Oh, it's not. I haven't decided that's my time to wear the tudung yet."
Oh, so they have a face like you can not wear tudung. Then once you want to wear tudung, you would have to wear forever.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I actually didn't know that.
Yeah. It's a decision for yourself. So it's not even like 12 years old must wear.
So if I'm
It's not my cut thing.
if I'm 12 years old, I say, "Mak, saya nak pakai tudung hari ni." Alright, and then you have to achieve your higher purpose in life.
That's, I mean, if you believe so,
If you want, can you take a step backwards and say, "Hey, I want to wear tudung," and then 2 years later say,
yes,
just kidding, I want to go backwards.
Yes. I mean, that's what I think. That's what I've heard.
Viewers, if you all know more about this, do let us know. But okay, so she said she don't wear tudung. She's not ready for her higher purpose.
Yeah. So this lady, I'm not sure how old she is, but she's like maybe 20-ish.
Couldn't see her face.
Yeah, I couldn't really see her face. The video is kind of poor, but. Oh, it's not even in Penang though, it's in PJ lah.
PJ.
But PJ is even more forward thinking, right?
Brother, PJ is where you go for nightlife, my man. By the way, which closes at 1 p.m.
Sorry for the confusion, but this guy, okay, so they were covered by Daily Mail, which is in the UK. There's no fucking video lah. If I got a video, I'll stream it lah.
We'll put it lah, okay?
But this guy, right, literally tells this lady, "Hey, kenapa tak pakai tudung?" And she's like, "Belum sedia, not ready." Then the other ladies were just like gawking lah, like, "Oh my god, what's gonna happen?" This guy, motherfucker, he backhand slaps.
Brother, this is the WWF shit, man.
He backhand slaps this lady who is not wearing a tudung. And then all the other tudung ladies were like, "Oh, nak gaduh ke tak hormat?"
Jesus Christ on the Proton Saga.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro. So the moment he did that, of course, the other ladies were really upset. But that's when the video cuts off, so we don't really know what happens after that.
Right.
She just gets backhanded, like
You slap, bro. Right?
And then she was like stunned up. To me, of course, I don't think this is even a discussion lah, right? If you choose to wear the tudung, you wear the tudung. It's just that, of course, there are going to be people out there who believe a certain way, right?
Wait, I'm actually quite confused. I mean, if they want to believe a certain way, shouldn't they believe the correct way?
You see, that's the thing, right? There's no standardized
But Islam should always have, I'm not saying anything about religion lah, but I believe that in every religion there's a certain standard one. So if the person to do that, that means that he doesn't really understand his own religion by itself.
Yes. Actually, I think that's probably the problem we face. I mean, not we. I mean, and I think Andrew and I also don't know about you lah, right? We're not really religion-centric-ish.
Me too.
We're not religious lah, right? So for us, we don't really abide by standards.
I mean, if the argument is, if there is a religion and if there are set rules to that religion, if you want to be a part of that community, you have to abide by every single rule. I would say that's unrealistic, right? Like, they are just, who determines these rules?
Yeah,
that's the first question. And then the second question is, like, if I violate those rules, am I just out of the community? Is that?
Whoa, okay. See, that's the thing, right? With that religion, with Islam, okay. And I don't know a lot, right? I don't read the Quran, but certain rules are very set in stone. Like no eating pork, you can't pray.
That's like mandatory.
So it depends, and no alcohol and stuff like that. So it really depends on which borders are set and what are the punishments by breaking those rules. And I know for a fact that once you go into Islam, you can't get out of Islam. Well, at least in Malaysia lah, right? I know plenty of my friends who are Muslim, and then in the end they're like, you know what, I don't think it's for me, and then it's like they move out of the religion, and then they're okay with it. They don't get punishment lah.
No, but when you come to Malaysia, you got to instantly.
Yeah, okay. Wait, let me. I found the video. So I'm gonna play it without sound. Woman slapped over missing hijab. You see, it was covered all over the news in UK as well.
So this Malaysia thing went over to
It's
the
a Malaysian
UK.
thing, yeah. So this guy.
Yeah, we'll
Of
put
course,
it in the
Maxis
description.
isn't the best provider because they can't even tell me which is the. So he's like arguing with her, right? Dude, this ain't even in like
It's a broad open area.
remote areas. This is PJ, bro. I thought it was Penang, my bad, but it's in PJ, bro.
Yeah, I think, like, especially people like us who aren't Malay, we tend to socialize among a community that's a lot like ourselves.
Probably,
Right?
Yeah.
And so you perceive KL and PJ to be this very progressive, very forward-thinking place, when really you are just enclosed in your own social circle, and you forget that we are a predominantly Muslim country, very conservative, very, very close-minded.
As a holistic majority, we are kind of.
So you tend to forget that because in your daily life you hang out with people like yourselves,
Yes.
right? And
I'm not shitting on Malaysia as well. I believe if you go to every other country, even the most forward-thinking ones, like if you go to Switzerland, for example, right? And in Switzerland, you think that it's all dandy and stuff, but there are gangsters in Switzerland as well, right? Like if you go to those really, really remote areas, even in France, you have people who have shotguns still and will shoot you if you masuk their territory. Bro, it's real. Even the US is like that.
Yeah, I think racism and like it's prominent no matter where you go. It's not just here, right?
Yeah,
but
maybe it's the hypocrisy because we are trying to talk about how Malaysia is a very unified thing.
I don't think so, bro.
It's a hypocrisy.
If the only time was unified,
That's
when
why-
Pakatan Harapan won the election.
Yes, but that's what we try to tell everybody. It's kind of like the Trump and Obama situation. When Obama was in power in the US, people didn't really talk about the black expression and all that. But then the moment Trump comes in, it's like, wow, right? People show their true colors because of the president. People are more suppressed because of certain type of figures, right?
yeah, and we feel like we're united when Pakatan Harapan won, when really it's because you hang out with people who are
Well, with the same
of
goal.
that mindset,
With the
right?
same goal,
So
like,
you
we're
think
stay
everyone is
together.
unified, but if you were born and raised in a rural place in Terengganu, right? You
probably go for PM.
No offense to people from Terengganu.
Right, yeah, no offense there, but like,
Exactly.
right, if you were in rural, suburban Malaysia and Pakatan Harapan won, you would actually think the contrary, where this is that point in time where Malaysia is so divisive.
Yes, and even social media kind of like skewers you
You
to
everything
the-
to Pakatan Harapan.
No, to your own selected group. So if let's say I was a Pakatan supporter, right, you would see a lot of Pakatan supporters
Yeah,
because
yeah.
that's what you want to see.
Because
If you see more likes on Pakatan and your friends also support Pakatan, which is what Andrew mentioned, you're probably going to see more Pakatan shit. But if you
Social
support
media,
BM,
guys.
it's going to be vice
Vicious
versa,
cycle, man.
right? And it's going to keep supporting your ideas, even if you believe the Earth is flat. If you have flat people, I mean like flat believers, you're probably going to think within your whole circle that the world is flat, lah.
Yeah.
It's like that.
no, but whatever that guy did is just wrong. It just shows that
There's no respect.
that like some people think they know their religion well, but in truth that they don't really know everything.
I think it's the same across. It's not just Islam though.
It's for Chinese, it's for Indians, it's across all religions. Some people like maybe a priest or really devoted to their religion, but sometimes they are missing out certain important information.
But we don't know the information.
But we don't know. But
how do you trace back the origin of a specific line within the Quran or the Bible, right? If they say, in the Bible, it says that if a woman if a woman commits to what's that called, adultery, she's stoned to death, bro. That means you tie her to a stick and they
this is some Malaysia. What's that?
I mean, back in the day it was normalized, right? Back in the day it was socially acceptable.
So how can you take certain lines and then say that it is word for word and certain lines is perceived differently? Maybe stoned to death is like stoned, bro.
I saw that tweet. I saw that tweet, by the way. I know what you're talking about.
Bro,
I'm just saying.
Bro, maybe the context is like stoned to death, meaning to say like you're sinned or something like that. You're taking an old testimonial into the current
that's my
vision.
point, right? That's my point.
But I don't think the Quran say you can slap someone without pakai.
You see, that's the thing. But the Quran also, I'm pretty sure, I'm not a study.
Sekiranya anda tidak pakai tudung, kena pelempang.
No, I actually think like part of the Quran, and I don't know this for a fact, but it's to teach others what the right way is, right? Almost to spread enlightenment.
Well, clearly the guy didn't do his homework, because I don't think
maybe his way, you see. So the perception is different. Like my way of teaching you is to slap you. It's violence.
So
he's like acting
on a genuine level, right? I'm sure he thought what he did was right.
I mean, ISIS thinks they're right.
Yeah, which is insane.
I still think that's wrong, but for him it might be right. So it really depends on the individual's thinking itself.
Yeah, but that's the thing, right? What is acceptable, what is not also, right? So how do you bridge that gap, bro? How do you tell? Like, is murder wrong? Murder is of course wrong, right?
But if you're murdering someone who...
But if in the Bible and the Quran both say this, right? I'm not even sure. I think even the Hebrew, what's that called also?
I don't know, Hebrew Jews,
right? The Jewish one. They even say that you have to spread the word of God, and it's like without any other rationale or reason. You have to do it because it's the way to do it. And that's because last time they needed to spread the word of the good stuff, right? Because last time there was rapists and all that. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but the intention was good. It's just that
rapist is a bad thing.
No, at that time there were a lot of people raping.
But it's a bad thing?
No, raping was a bad thing. But that's why they had the Bible and all this to guide people to do the right thing. So because of all this misunderstanding in the 21st century, people think, the way of me spreading the word of God is okay via violence. So of course, there's always
there should be a certain benchmark, certain guidance for all of this, You don't really need. I think in the end, all the religions will say do not resort to violence.
I mean, stoning is pretty violent.
Stoning, I mean, that's just like an indication, because I mean,
how do you know that? That's why there's thing. There's no.
I didn't live sebelum Masihi, so I wouldn't know.
I also think it's interesting that a UK news outlet broadcasted.
No, because it's a hypocrisy,
they did it mostly because there is rampant racism against Muslims
going on in the UK. So that's why they see the need to cover this.
There is,
bro. Of course, yes, always, bro. I think UK is
one of the most. It's funny how we cannot hear.
So they're highlighting that, like this is happening in Malaysia.
Even in Malaysia, even a country which is by right a Malay country, but this is also happening.
Exactly.
Fucking tragic. What to do?
Damn, bro. It's alright. I used to get it a lot. Yeah, like hitam lah. Hitam. Okay. Go ahead.
40 minutes.
14. Let's go to the next topic lah, mate.
We're gonna move to the next topic. Thank you for watching. If you haven't, please subscribe. Click the bell. Right. You can follow each of us on Instagram or the Yamsha Sessions Instagram page, so you have like more recent updates. I want to start a Twitter page, but I am terrible at doing Twitter. So maybe I'll pass it to Andrew. Andrew's very well versed with Twitter, so maybe he will handle the Twitter account. So follow Yamsha Sessions. We'll put it in the link below as well. Alright, so we'll see you in the next video, which is like legit, we are going to be here talking anyway. Oh, and listen to us on SoundCloud. Wait, let me just listen to it one more time.